And good morning. Welcome to October 9th edition of Morning Mindset. I'm your host, Todd. It is Wednesday. It's hump day. How is everybody doing today? If it's your first time here, a long time here, that's the dog. That's a dog that barks for no reason. Probably saw himself in the mirror and thinks there's somebody else here. So good times, right? Now, with that, we know who you are, where you're from, what's in your cup, and what the weather is like in your area. I know we have friends down in Florida that are bracing for another hurricane, and there's another one after that. So, man, oh man, oh man. I'm hoping everybody makes it through that safely because that is no joke. One of our friends last night had posted the track of the hurricane where Milton is going to decide to go, and the track literally went through their backyard. So I know this morning it looked like it moved a little more south, so maybe now it's just going through their neighbor's yard, but scary times. So we're thinking of you. If you guys need anything, let us know. We'll be here to help support how we can. In our area, it's like 40, 49. It was chilly out this morning. I think it's going to get up to low 80s. So yeah, like a 40-degree swing in a day. That's nice. That's always awesome. As far as what's in the cup, I got sneaky and I stole one of Corey's drinks because I think we've got 4 cases of it now. Probably need to go buy another 4 cases while we can still find it. I told her, I'm like, if you got to go spend like $500 on it, go do it. That'll get you through like 3/4 of the year, one a day. That's what it is. But Witch's Brew, baby. The Alania Witch's Brew. Some of the best tasting energy drink, whatever thing majigger it is the Witch's Brew. Total caramel apple flavor. Amazing. If you haven't tried it, I highly suggest you do. And 5 things. What are 5 things that you need to accomplish today? And did I give you a topic of choice today? I want to make sure I got it right. How to deal with slow paying customers. We're going to talk about that because I went through some invoicing this morning because our 5 things today is invoices. I've got meetings lined up today. I've got shirts that need to get pressed, the design work that needs to get done, and a store that needs to open. Those are the 5 most important things to do. The meetings, we got meetings going over our ad copy. We've got meetings going over a new cut sew line. So hopefully that should be in the next, 30 to 90 days. It might even be faster than that. I'm just trying to get everything down. And kind of lay the groundwork for that. But that's something we'll be able to offer. But invoicing, that we got invoicing, meeting, press shirts, design work, open stores. So let's check in and see how you're doing. Remember, I need a top 5, who you are, where you're from, all that fun stuff. Renee, good morning to you from a beautiful, cool Chicagoland. 46 on the way to 75. It's not normal, right? Water in the bottle, coffee in a cup, working on my top 5. So many to choose from. Good luck to all in Milton's path. That is, man, they're going to need it. Good morning, Barb from North Central Minnesota. 45, sunny, water in the cup. 5 things: invoicing, DTF gang sheet, digitize logos, schedule work orders, work on the business. That's right, because it also is Wednesday, so it's Work on Your Business Wednesday. If you are in our mentorship community, guess what? On Wednesdays, we open up, I'm going to find the little banner thing and drop it in there. We open up office hours from 11 to 3. Today, in fact, when we get done with our mentorship call from the 9:30 to 10:31, I'm going to go right into opening up that room, and whoever wants to come in there, I'm going to open it right up because we have early out for kids today. So kids are out of school at 10:55. Is that right? You know what? I just might leave the mentorship one open today and use that one for it all because we'll have to jet a little early, I believe, out of that. We're right at 10:30. So I'll open up that other one and get it going, or we'll start it up a little late, but we'll get that. And so it's time to work in your business. You have, are you a solopreneur? Are you working alone? On Wednesdays, it's great because, you'll have other people that are doing the same thing you are. And so you're able to, have somebody in the background to able to help answer your questions, just chit chat to get through day. I will be in and out of that because we have school stuff going on here, possibly doctor's appointments. We've got we don't know if we've got some kidney stone issues. We don't know if we've got the ENT, we've got and then my meetings this afternoon. So we're going to make the most of today, but make sure to come join us over there for that. Let's see, what else do we have? What's up, Chuck? How are you doing? How are you? You're more north, right? So by the time it gets to you, so are you just getting banding of it? It's not headed your way, right? Because you're more northeast side of the state, if I remember right. I think so. I could be wrong, but morning, Chuck. Uh, and hi, Renee from Barb, and hi, Chuck from Barb, and Barb. Morning, Barb and Chuck. Chuck, where are you in Florida? We're gonna find out. Eugenia, good morning. Hey, thanks for your help this week. That's right. We're happy to help. We'll get your stuff printed and shipped out overnight, so you have it tomorrow. And even though on the website it says that we're not taking rush orders, I said I'd probably keep that on the site this week, and then we'll get back to it next week where we can still do that. In instances where people need rush orders, we have been able to facilitate that pretty good this week, rocking and rolling stuff. We've had some great days on it, and it always throws me off when there's days where, like yesterday was kind of a slow day on the beef GF sales. I don't think we had our first order until like 1:00. Sometimes that just happens, and we just deal with it. Other times, it's crazy, and we're going to talk about some of the stuff when we talk about this slowing pay customers. And Barb says, I was watching the news telling people to evacuate if they haven't done so. If you live in a hurricane area, wouldn't you have a plan and picked up survival stuff in June? Just my opinion and preparation. Yeah, and a lot do. But the biggest thing that, from my understanding, since I'm not in the area, we do have friends that are in the area, is like, everything has, everything is hurricane proof. So, they've got the shutters, they've got everything that they need for there. The biggest thing is the storm surge, and we're talking 10, 12 feet, storm surge. There's not a whole lot they can prepare for with that. And, I did see, Tampa Hospital they spent $1 million on that storm wall, and it worked magnificently. So things like that would help. Storm surge is just something, it's just something that's going to, go crazy and tear it up. So hopefully everybody does well with that. Jeff, good morning to you. Top of the morning, everyone. And Barb. Tim, good morning. 42 out. Not sure what's going to happen, but I got a pink monster to drink. There we go. Hi, Jeff, Tim, and Georgina from Barb. Morning, Jerry. Jerry, tell us all. Well, Jerry, you can either tell us all about it now, or you can tell us all about it in our call about your trip, what you learned, how it was presented, everything about it. I cannot wait to hear. Just got 52 there in Northern Kentucky. I haven't looked outside yet. Diet Wild Cherry Pepsi in the cup. 5 things. Yep. Rinse and repeat. Northwest. So more towards Panhandle, right? Rye, morning. 5 things. Prep for my wedding gigs. Send invoices. Try to walk more. MRI. Sleep. Yep. Can't do much. Ugh. That's not good. Rena, good morning to you. Chuck says about 60 miles north of Tampa. 60 miles north of Tampa. So, yeah, you'll get some rain. It's tracking farther south, so good there. Tim says, trying to figure out how to cut after I laminate the vinyl for my printer. Not reading my marks. Not sure if I have enough extra on the front. And that could be. I always like to keep at least 6 inches for a lead and a tail on it. Sometimes 8 to 12. The other thing, too, is sometimes the optical eye can have trouble reading the registration mark after the laminate is on it. So what I found is on certain ones where that laminate goes over that registration mark, I cut that piece off so that way it's not on there. It doesn't affect the glare with it. So that could be, think of those. I was just thinking about those metal shutters at Matt's. Now it makes sense, right? Yeah. Now that we were able to see it, and when that island, Longboat Key, I don't know, did you see after Lane how that just wrecked over there in Anna Maria Island? It was just toast. And now here's more stuff coming right their way because it's trekking down south and it's right there. And in fact, Matt's backyard is where Milton is. The path is going right through his backyard at his house. So good times for that, right? And Jeff said, make sure that you have the rolling marks. Great observation. Mine I have, and maybe it's because I'm on the Graph Tech. So I usually pull from that and then I'll put in the Graph Tech so it doesn't nearly matter as much. But rolling, yeah, make sure you're using the rolling marks. What it's easy enough to do is, I'm going to say that because I think it is on mine. I just go in there and hit the button registration marks and it adds it to it for it. Jerry says, Magic in the Mountain was terrific. Tiring in 4 days of constant work. I'm going to need a month to recover. Ooh, I can't wait to hear all about it. So Here's what we got: how to deal with slow paying customers. So I went through invoicing. I started working on that this morning. I've got, and I'm not necessarily ashamed to say it, but I am, because I looked at it and I didn't think it was that much. We've got almost like $7,000 out in outstanding invoices. And going through it, um, those are the three big. There's those three customers, and those are the three biggest invoices. Total $7,000. Now, how do we prevent from getting this position before? Well, one of them, here's what, they do a 50-50. So they'll pay 50 deposit, at order, and the other 50 upon completion. So that one didn't hurt nearly as bad, because I'm like, okay, we've already got half of it. Now we need the other half, and they'll get it when they deliver. Not a problem on that. Okay, cool. I can handle that one. The other one dates back from sometime in August, like the end of August, and theirs is a recurring one. So every week, we just add a new line item for everything that they sold for that week and add it to it. And they're pretty consistent about, about every 2 or 3 weeks, just, here paying that. And now it's not. And so how are we stopping that? We're not printing for them anymore. We said, hey, this one is way outstanding on it, and we're looking at thousands of dollars. And sometimes they'll reach out and be like, hey, can we do this one as a separate invoice because it's getting billed out? We've got this waiting on it. And yeah, and we're talking about clients that are going to spend $30,000 to $50,000 a year. So of course, we will work with you when you have volume like that. We will work with you on terms. But you have to prove that you're, able to pay all of that beforehand, because we're not getting stuck in things. So, we just sent an email today that said, hey, until we get this one cleared up, we're not printing anymore. There's been ample time for this. There's no communication as to why this one is slow pay, no pay. But I'm not a bank. Use a credit card, use something, because we've already paid for those supplies, we've already paid for the labor on it, we've already paid the shipping on it, we've already paid everything out on it. You've had them now for 6 weeks, and sitting on what, a $2,700 invoice from that one. Yeah, so that's how we're dealing with that. And then the other one is one that they want to do terms on it. We're not letting them do terms on it. We've got stuff ready to go for them, but nothing has been printed, nothing has been taken care of, except we're just sitting on the invoice waiting for it to get paid, so we can get things done. I'm not going to order supplies for it. I'm not going to do anything with the order until we get paid for it, because it is a new customer, and that one's like a right about $2,000 order. And now I just want to. I don't want to work for free. I really don't want to work for free. I like to make money. I like to get paid. I think everybody does. And we do all have some of those customers that we do some terms with. But most of all of our stuff is 100% payment up front. 100% payment up front is what it is, especially for all of our little stuff. On DTF transfers, on cut HTV, on anything printed, it's all required up front. Now, there are some exceptions to those rules, and it is because based on volume and the amount that people do, and they have built up that business where, their average order size is going to be $1,000. And so, okay, here they'll do, maybe 1 or 2 of those a week, and we just build them both together and everything is fine. But we've built up to that. We make sure that we're doing that. Even on the bigger stuff, it's 50% down and 50% upon completion. 50% down, make sure that we get everything that we need to get taken care of, and then we're not burned if something drops. And because that can happen. I've seen it happen with countless companies that were in business and looked great from the outside, but they were crumbling on the inside. So they were trying to get as much stuff done as they could on terms, and then when it closes, it just goes away, and there's nothing really you can do. Yeah. Sure, go to their bankruptcy filing. Just do that. Put lien. You're not going to get it. So, just do what you're comfortable doing. And for us with certain clients, I am comfortable, extending terms somewhat. But, you have to have proven volume to even begin those conversations. If you're ordering, $500 a week, $2,000 a month, probably not going to happen. Now, if you're ordering $2,000 a week, $8,000 to $10,000 a month, we could probably work something out. And that's how, a couple of these have gotten, is that we were able to work out terms for them because the amount of turnover, the amount of things that come in so quick, what we're able to do, let's work something out. Some, have been up and down, and we'll do, a monthly bill thing because, it's just easier for us and easier for them for the volume that comes in. We work with everybody on an individual basis. But it sucks. It sucks when you look at stuff. And I remember when I thought if we would, have $7,000 in sales in a year, I was ecstatic because I'm looking at that where, back then, hey, 7,000 in sales. I'm not, remember, this is back when we were getting started. So I wasn't going through the whole, hey, what's overhead? What are we having in this? I was looking at it as that was just the fun money and the play money. So it was, there's $3,500. Cool. That's an extra, that's a vacation. That's something fun. So it's what it is. And that's what we're doing for a year. And now, we'll have days like that. They're not like, don't get me wrong and make it sound like, we're doing tens of thousands of dollars every day, but there are days where things like that happen where we do have, $5, $10, $15,000 day, but there's also days that there's $0 days. Yesterday I thought was going to be a $0 day. So we got to plan accordingly. We know what we need to do, but I'm not a bank, and we have to let our customers know that when they go anywhere, they're paying for it, whether they're paying up front with it with cash, or they're paying away with it by using a credit card. That's what they do. Tell me what place that you can go into and you can pay that you don't have an approved account with, that you already have terms established with, that you can just walk out and not pay. You got to pay some way with it. So credit cards, cash, check. I need something. And it sucks. It's not that I don't trust these people, because we've done business with them for years. It's just when it gets to a point, if you're going to offer terms and you are going to do that, you need to set the term limits. You need to set how comfortable you are with it. And mine's about that $3,000 mark. On with these clients. On some of the other ones, it might only be 500. Each, like I said, each one is an individual case. But I can't let myself stress out over it. I'm the one who created the mess by letting it happen. And so how are we going to do that? The other thing is, when you do have terms with people, what do you have on there as far as, payments? Like, okay, so payment is due 15 days. What can I charge you legally? Because each state is different as to what you can charge for interest and late fees and things like that. So you want to make sure that you know what all those rules are. So you can say, hey, if it's not paid by this date, then here's what's going to get charged for a late fee on it. Here's what it is if it's a percentage base going on it. So check in to see what you can have. So you set all that. If you do have somebody with terms, to be like, hey, here's this and here's what needs to be done. The other thing is, looking at my stuff, I can count 5 customers that owe me invoices, but they have not paid them. And why have they not paid them? Because I haven't invoiced them. So I have to get that done today. And there's clients that are like that, where you build that reputation with them. You have that understanding. That how things work, and they're always great about putting their invoices as soon as you send them. Sometimes the production speed is just faster than the invoice speed. It's faster for me to, we'll get these gang sheets out to you, and then we'll worry about it later on that, because we've had that established. And we're only talking, a couple $100, not a couple thousand. So you, at the end of the day, you need to do what feels right to you. You do not let the customer establish terms. You establish them. You do everything that needs to happen, because you need to make sure that your bills are paid and that you're taken care of. So, let's check in and see where people are and think with that, and see what we have. Let's see. Tim said, oh boy, I have one even when I tell him I need to be paid. So you're not doing anything for him, right? Not doing anything anymore for him until stuff's paid. I mean, that's what I said, hey, here's where it is. We can, give me a call today and let's talk this out, because we need to get some stuff figured out. And most will, once they understand that. But yeah, it means it gets paid. My BN20 still has the original blade. Heck yeah, it does. I don't even mess around. Sweet. If you're listening to stuff, I just had a sweet ass order come in. I will take that. I almost had to do a double take because it's like 481 square feet. So I had to do a double take and be like, is that true? All right, cool. So yeah, we'll get rocking and rolling on that. Awesome, like that. So I say, days come and go, and how do you do it? And then something like that happens. Sweetness. Oh, and Jeff, you're being 20 because you're not using it as a cutter, right? What blade are you using in your normal cutter? We had that discussion the other day. Jerry said, almost all my clients pay 100% up front. The others pay 50% at the time of order. Started that when I lost $1,400 6 to 7 years ago from a grumpy man. I will say this too. There is a company in the industry that we did DTF transfers for. And I've known the person that owns the company for 10 years. And they said, hey, how quick can you get us some transfers? We're doing an event. And I said, hey, you give me the artwork. We'll get it printed. We'll get it shipped overnight. And so that way you have it. This was on they had the event on a Saturday. This was on a Thursday afternoon. I said, yep, let's do it. We'll overnight it. We'll get it from there. So I did all of that. And it wasn't much, maybe a couple $100 order, less than $500 for it. And I sent the invoice and didn't get paid. Okay. Sent it again, didn't get paid. And then sent it the third time, and they're like, hey, I didn't get my transfers. I'm like, what do you mean you didn't get your transfers? It shows that they were delivered. Yeah, well, we had an event on Saturday and they didn't get here until Monday. So I looked, and sure enough, there was a shipping issue, plane issue or whatever. So they didn't get there on Friday. They showed up on the Monday after the event. Like, but you ordered them. Like, I credit you the shipping because I can get that back. But you ordered these for that, and now what? I'm not going to pay it. So it sucks. That's one of the things about getting payment up front on things, because like that, they got the stuff that they needed. It wasn't my fault, but now they're not going to pay an invoice. Well, we're just not going to order stuff from them anymore. That's how it's going to work. So, yeah, it was definitely interesting to have those conversations. John, good morning. 64 degrees there north of Dallas. Coffee in the cup. 5 things. Package order, apply for local holiday market. Test products for speed to complete. Love that. Now, I wouldn't test it for speed. Release new collegiate gear. Social media. I would test it for consistency, because when I do that, I don't want fast, because that's not going to happen, 100 things in a row. I just want normal consistency with it so I can get a real-time study on it. There you go, Tim. Get that money. Thanks, Jerry. I was surprised. I will take it. T-John says, I bought blades and a new holder, and Amazon blade holder did not work, but the blade should work. Oh, for the rolling. I was like, what? Yeah. Correct. I think it's 60-degree blade. I don't use 60. You guys in your 60-degree blades. 45, baby. Team 45. That's what I'm going to put. Team 45. It's going to be the blade, so people don't think I'm, trying to push politics on them. It's going to be, Team 45 degree. That's what it's going to be on it. And Barb said, most of my customers pay prior to the job. My youth sports leagues pay within a couple of weeks, and we have contracts. And that's the other thing. So we'll have that with our sports leagues as well, where they have terms and they pay for it, and we get everything squared away working, and that's all discussed prior to. And so we do our best to manage those, because like even on the sports leagues, those kids paid for ball before ball started. So you have your money. Why won't you give me my money? What am I waiting on it? And when I talked, it was back in my previous career as a dialysis technician. Yes, I was in the medical field. I was talking to the owner of the company of our clinics one time, because if a holiday fell during payroll, then it pushed us. So I think we got paid on Tuesdays or Wednesdays. It was a weird day. I think it was Tuesdays. So if a holiday was on a Monday holiday, then we wouldn't get paid until Wednesday. If I remember right, that's how it played out. But the point of all this was with doing that, because I was like, what does that have to do with anything? Like, it's direct deposit. You can do it whenever the hell. By stating, hey, when a holiday's on this, payroll becomes this, and everybody knows it, they get an extra day to hold on to that money. And what I was told was that the amount of interest that they make on that money that's sitting in that account, because you remember you don't remember, we had 10, 12 clinics, with technicians, doctors, everything, full-fledged operation with it. So payroll was not some chump change, but by the accounts that they put it in the issue that it drew on holiday weeks, they basically got an employee for free by the extra interest that was made on that extra day. So I get it. I get why, some people do it, because, hey, if I can put the money here and I can make some interest off of it, which might not be much, but if I don't have to pay this till next month, I got 30 days of it, then hey, how much if I get it free? So I get it. I understand as a corporate, you want to take as long as you can to pay something because you want to hold that money as long as you can, especially if it's, producing you money. So I get it. I get it. So on our side, I'm just not to that point where we can do that. I need my money. I need my money, and I need my money now. Call JG Wentworth. JG Wentworth. 877 cash now. Just saying. We all know that one, right? Let's see. And Tim said, and make the lines out of the blades for that design. Make the lines out of the blades for that design. Oh, so it looks like the blade? I gotcha. I rarely do Kiss, and I ordered 5 blades 2 years ago. I think I have 1 left. Right? You just run it, baby. Just run it. Okay. So with that, like I said, we've got stuff to do. I got to set up artwork and things before our next call. Mentorship call starts here at 9:30, so a half an hour we'll get in there. If you're not a member, you can come sign up. We'll get you in over to that. We do that 3 times a week: Monday, Wednesday, Friday, 8:30 to 9:30. Check in with people, what we can do, what can we help, discuss what's going on in the industry, their businesses, and then we have our open office hours from 11 till 3 today. So we've got a lot going on today, and kids get out early. ENT, maybe ER for CT scan. I don't know. Well, we're going to push through this day. We're going to make things happen. We got shirts that need to get done. So we'll do our best with it. On that note, everybody have a magnificent day. Peace, love, press on. We will see you then.